Hello again, this is your subject teacher, Cindy Bonono. Today we are going to talk about still quadratic equations, but this time we are going to solve these equations by completing the square. So recall, polynomials has three types. We have the monomial, the binomial, and trinomial. But how do we tell or how do we determine whether these terms or these presentations are binomial or monomial or trinomial? So if we only have one term, for example, 2x, then this is considered as monomial, kaya isa raman siya. If we have two terms such as 2x plus 1, then this is considered as binomial. When we say binomial, duha ka buok termino. But when we say trinomial, it consists of three terms. For example, 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. So we have the first term, the second term, and the third term. Now, if we have more than three terms, then that is called multinomials. But these terms, in general, are called polynomials. Okay, so we have here, a trinomial is a perfect square trinomial if, first, the first and third terms are perfect squares containing positive numerical coefficients or positive numbers. Say for example, we have here a trinomial x squared plus 8x plus 16. Lantawon nato kung no-satisfy ba kani nga trinomial sa kaning conditions ka atong gibasa or atong gisuyat sa taas. So ang first kuno o ang third terms ng perfects are perfect squares. When we say perfect squares, that means ang factor niya is the same ra nga numero. For example, ang 4. The number 4 is considered as a perfect square. Kaya nga naman, it has its root. If ikuhaon na to ang ija root, that is 2. Kaya 2 times 2, that's 4. So, sakto. So, ang square root ng 4, that is 2. That means we can say that the number 4 is a perfect square. So, kung trinomial kuno, ang first condition is ang first, o ang second term are perfect squares containing positive numerical coefficients or positive terms. So, ang primero na condition, dapat ang first o ang second term is first, perfect square, and second, positive numbers. So, let us check. The first term is positive, the second term is positive. So, check. So, yun. I-check nato kung perfect square ba siya. X squared, is this a perfect square? Yes, of course. We have the root x, which is x times x, that is x squared. The second one, the third term, we have 16. So, still, this is a perfect square. Kaya nga naman, 4 times 4, that's 16. So, kani, ang first term, this is a perfect square since we have the factor x times x. Well, the third term, this is still a perfect square since we have the factor 4 times 4. And then the operation for the last term is plus. Whenever we have a plus sign, that means it is positive. The same with the first term. Unnecessary naman isuyat ang addition na sign or ang plus sign pag first term ang atong hisgutan. So, check na satisfy nato ang first condition. The second condition. The second term is twice the product of the square roots of the two perfect square terms. So, ang ato kuno second term, kaning coefficient nato sa second term is twice the product. That means 2 times ang product ng roots sa first o ang second term. So, ang ato first term, pala mo na, ang root ng ato first term, that is x times ang root ng ato second last term, ng third term, that is 4. So, 2 times x times 4 or 4 times x, that is just 4x. Now, 4x times 2, that is 8x. So this is our second term. Now, since na-satisfy man nato ang conditions ng trinomial or perfect square trinomial, then we can consider this equation as an example of the said trinomial. So, klaro? Perfect square trinomial siya if first, ang first o last term nato perfect square and parehas positive. Second, perfect square trinomial siya if ang ato ikaduha na term is ang product ng roots ng ato first term o last term times 2. So kung masatisfy kaning duha ka condition, makalaong kita na perfect square trinomial ang gihatag na expression. But if isa ra ang matuman, unya daring isa dili gihapon ma-consider. Like for example, check ang number 1 but dili nato masatisfy ang number 2. So we cannot consider that one as a perfect square trinomial. Another, if nasatisfy nato ang condition number 2 but wala nato masatisfy ang condition number 1, still we cannot consider that one as a perfect square trinomial.